Hello, welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to talk about presents. I remember, so I just finished school today. And when I was standing in the hallway, just walking around, getting to the next class, everyone was like walking around in a crowd, also trying to get to their own class. I see someone talking to another person over there. I see someone just carrying their binder like this, going to that class. And suddenly it hits me. A big wave of peace and serenity came over me. And it felt like I released so much of my stress and overwhelm. Like it's just gone. It's released. And I felt like I was so present and I could hear everything around me. I could hear all the voices speaking, all the footsteps stepping, and I could see everyone. I could feel my feet on the ground, the feeling of the clothing on my skin. I could experience the present moment. And I didn't have any attention split towards the intrusive thoughts in my mind. And it's pretty hard to describe in words, but this is the power of meditation for your mental health. Genuinely, I felt such a great level of peace and a release of stress and overwhelm. It just felt like it just took. I had like a weight or a weighted backpack on my back, and it was hurting my upper traps, my shoulders, and I took it off, and I felt like relief in my body. It was kind of like that. And that level of presence, to the level that you feel this great sense of relief, that comes from meditation. Meditate at least 3 minutes every single day. And so that's formal meditation. That is when you actually sit down and close your eyes to focus on your breath. That is meditation, formal meditation. There's also informal meditation, where you meditate, but you don't sit down and close your eyes. You don't set a timer that rings after some time. It's kind of like 24/7 meditation. So for example, let's say I'm cooking. I cook sometimes. I'm cooking like an egg, and then I'm mind wandering about that thing that happened a few weeks ago. Oh yeah, I remember that thing. And as I'm indulging in that thought, I remember, oh wait, I'm not focused on the present moment right now, which is cooking the egg. And the act of 24/7 meditation is to realize that and go, all right, I'm distracted. Let's refocus back on the present moment. And instead of being stuck in that past memory, I just focus on the sensation. I focus on what I hear, the sizzling of the egg. I can feel kind of the heat coming off. I can see how the egg is being cooked. You can see when I flip it over and I look, I observe all of the qualities of the egg. It's a little burnt, for example. And I anchor myself to the present moment. That is informal meditation. 24/7 meditation. So instead of sitting down for 5 minutes and meditating, and that is the only time you are stuck in the present, that is the only time you are anchored in the present for your entire day, you could do 24/7 meditation, which is you are anchored in the present throughout the whole day. You keep constantly refocusing on the present moment. And that is how I got to that moment in school where I felt such a great release of overwhelm and discomfort and stress. I heard this one time. Jim Carrey actually said, I believe all discomfort stems from the future. And what he means basically is, if you're not present, if your mind is stuck in the past, or it's stuck in the future, it causes such a level of discomfort and overwhelm. You don't notice this, especially if you don't meditate consistently, but 24/7, around the clock, you just constantly feel some slight level of overwhelm, a low degree of overwhelm and stress in your mind. It's very subtle. You've probably never noticed this before. You might not even believe me. But once you start meditating consistently, you'll realize that, oh wait, I kind of feel overwhelmed, like, all the time. Constantly, I feel this level of overwhelm. Like, it's not like a panic attack where you're like, you're panting and your heart just doesn't stop beating. It's not like that extreme level. It's like a very slight level where it's kind of invisible, but it still impacts your life in a negative way. And I don't know. This video is just to highlight the importance of meditating consistently. Meditation is always trying to refocus back on the present moment. It's not trying to clear your mind of thoughts. That's the end result of meditating for months and years on end. However, you can't really achieve that right now. That's only accessible to you weeks, months, years, decades later after daily meditation. And meditation isn't something that needs a rest day. It's something that you should do every single day. Whether it be 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, as long as you meditate. So meditation is always refocusing back on what you currently feel, hear, see, taste, smell, whatever sensation you experience. And when you constantly do formal meditation and 24/7 meditation, at some point it will become so easy for you to just stay anchored in the present and not to be trapped in the overwhelming discomfort of the future and the past. You realize that you don't have to worry about really anything. Like, you still need to worry. Worrying is pretty good, but being present is even better. Make sure to meditate. See you.